What if I told you that the billionaires you chase are chasing something far greater than money, that their secret is not found in gold or stocks or strategies, but in the word they speak, bold, unshaken, and aligned with divine law? You have been taught to chase riches, but I say unto you, the word is the seed, and the word is the wealth. You don't chase billionaires, beloved. You become one with the word, and all things are added unto you. For it is written, Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. Job 22:28. Speak not from fear, but from faith. Speak not from lack, but from the abundance of the kingdom. Speak not as a beggar, but as a creator, as one who walks with God. The word you speak becomes flesh. The word you believe becomes your world. For the tongue is the rudder of your destiny, and your voice is the pen writing upon the book of life. So I ask you now, what are you decreeing today? Are you commanding your wealth, or are you worshiping your worry? Are you speaking as the head and not the tail, or are you echoing the language of limitation? Because when you learn to speak like the ultra-rich, the ones who know the Spirit governs supply, you won't chase success anymore. It will chase you. If your spirit is ready to rise, if your soul is tired of striving and ready to command, then stay with me, speak this truth, live this truth, and subscribe to this channel of divine revelation. Like the video to spread the light and let us walk in power together, for the kingdom is at hand. The man who understands divine law never runs after anything, for he knows, what is his by divine right shall run after him. His word is not scattered like seeds in a storm. His word is precise, forged in the furnace of faith, directed like a flaming arrow toward its target. He knows, as the prophet Isaiah declared, Lord, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Isaiah 55:11. The world will tell you to grind, to chase, to compete, but heaven whispers another command. Speak. Not from desperation, but from dominion. Not from panic, but from power. For the mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, and the righteous speak from a place of knowing, not hoping. In the beginning was the Word. And still, to this day, all beginnings are birthed through it. The beginning of wealth, the beginning of restoration, the beginning of empire. The Word builds kingdoms and dismantles limitations. Speak it in faith, and you shall see the crooked made straight. I once said, and I say again now, your word is your wand. With it, you cast the spell of your reality, and I tell you plainly, billionaires are not born in boardrooms. They are birthed in belief. They are shaped in silence. They are spoken into form. Do you not remember how Thomas Edison spoke of light before the bulb ever burned? How Walt Disney walked the orange groves of Florida and said, "Here shall rise a magic kingdom," before a single brick had been laid? These men, like the prophets of old, spoke with the voice of vision. They were not chasing wealth, they were chasing word, and because of it, wealth chased them. The word must be spoken in the face of contradiction. It is not faith when it is easy. It is not command when you are merely echoing what you see. Speak light in the darkness. Speak abundance in the famine. Speak success in the silence. Let the weak say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. Let the poor say, I am rich. This is not denial. It is divine declaration. It is the word, not the wallet, that makes a man rich. I tell you again, stop chasing men who have wealth, and begin to speak like the wealth you seek, for the tongue has creative force. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs 18:21. Every great man I have studied, Carnegie, Troward, Holmes, Gurdjieff, they knew something hidden from the masses. The spoken word is a creative instrument. It is the lever that moves the unseen. Speak wrongly, and you sabotage your own harvest. Speak rightly, and the universe bends to your decree. When I speak of the law of the word, I speak of a cosmic technology older than time, and you, beloved, are holding the controls. You are not small, you are not helpless, you are not too late, you are a divine center of operation. You are a living cathedral of creative power. You are God's agent on earth, and your word is His will in motion. Every word you speak is a command to the invisible, and the invisible is the mother of all visible things. Napoleon Hill, though not a prophet, stumbled upon a sacred truth. Think and grow rich was only a shadow. The true secret was, speak and grow rich. The thought forms the root, but the word brings the fruit. A billionaire is not a man with money. He is a man with vision, a man with command, a man with the capacity to call forth things that be not as though they were. Romans 4:17. You must not say, I hope to be rich someday. That is begging. That is blindness. Instead, say, I am rich now in substance. Divine supply is mine by right. Infinite intelligence guides me. I walk in wealth because I walk with the word. You see, every time you speak with conviction, the molecules of matter reconfigure. They obey not your fear, but your faith. And it is written, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11. The moment you decree, heaven records it. The moment you affirm, angels arrange it. The moment you align, the world responds. But you must guard your tongue as you would a treasure vault. Idle words are leaky vessels. Complaint is a curse. Worry is witchcraft spoken against yours. Elf. There is no neutral speech. You are always creating, either in alignment with the kingdom or in agreement with the curse. Speak not of lack, speak not of fear. Say instead, I am now aligned with divine supply. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for me. Doors open by unseen hands. My table is prepared in the presence of those who doubted me. Psalm 23:5. You do not need to chase men. You need only chase the word, and the word will chase all else to you. Look at Dr. Frank Crane, who said, the great accomplishment of man is to bring what is invisible into visibility. He was not a mystic, but his words revealed the mystery. You are not building with bricks, you are building with belief, with declarations, with divine imagination. And I say, the richest men are not those who possess, but those who create. For possession can be stolen, but true speech creates again and again. The man who speaks with authority walks into rooms differently. He does not audition, he announces. He does not seek permission, he walks in power. Because he knows, I and the Father are one. John 10:30. Let that be your meditation. I and the Father are one. Therefore, I speak as the Father speaks. I create as the Father creates. I decree as the Father decrees. The source within me is unlimited. The substance around me is obedient. The future before me is already finished. Say this aloud now. I am no longer a servant of struggle. I am a sovereign speaker of substance. I do not chase riches. I command reality. I do not plead. I proclaim. My voice is not weak. My voice is not lost. My voice is the voice of victory. The ones you call billionaires are often men and women who simply learned to align, to declare, to dare, to speak. The wealth was the echo, the word was the source, and if you would speak with that same fire, without doubt, without fear, without contradiction, you would be as rich in substance as any man. You are not the echo, beloved. You are the voice. And now, the question returns, what will you decree today? If this truth has stirred your soul, then do not let it pass. Like and subscribe to this channel, for this is no ordinary teaching. It is the divine voice calling you into remembrance. Share this truth with those still asleep, and let us awaken a generation of speakers, not seekers, creators, not chasers. For the kingdom is within you, and the word is already yours. The soul that understands the law of the word no longer begs, no longer bargains, no longer borrows language from the broken. She stands in full authority, rooted, radiant, and ready. She does not say, I wish. She says, I will. She does not say, maybe someday. She declares, it is done now. For she knows the truth. What you call reality is nothing more than your words in disguise. Look not to appearances, for they are but shadows cast by past speech. Instead, speak anew, that new light may be born. Say not, this is how it's always been. Say instead, behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21:5. You are not trapped in your circumstances, you are trapped only in your tongue. Loosen your lips, and the chains fall off. When I walked among the seekers of my time, they came with wrinkled brows and worried hearts. They said, Florence, I have prayed, I have toiled, I have hoped, and still, I see no change. And I replied, what are you speaking daily? What script have you memorized so well that it has become your cage? Do you not see? The outer world is your echo. And the echo never speaks first. When you shift your decree, the heavens reconfigure. When you speak not from your senses, but from your spirit, you engage a force beyond logic, a law older than man. I recall the teachings of Thomas Troward, the great metaphysician of old, who said, principle is not bound by precedent. And I say unto you, your past does not dictate your portion, your word does. Do not let yesterday's mistakes become today's mantras. Speak not of your sins, but of your salvation. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But as a man speaketh, so becomes his world. Many chase money, thinking it to be the source, but money is only a shadow, a printout of past vibration. It is a report card of your inner decree. When the ultra-rich speak, they do not speak to money, They speak from wealth. They do not say, if I succeed. They say, when I speak, it is so. They speak not in fear of rejection, but with the expectation of fulfillment. For they know, the universe is a faithful servant, not a stubborn master. Speak clearly, speak consistently, speak courageously. The wavering tongue builds nothing. The double-minded speaker receives nothing. James 1:8. But the one who speaks as if it is already done, sees it. When Swami Vivekananda stood on the shores of a new world, he did not speak small. He said, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." He called forth destiny with divine thunder. And I say unto you, you are no less powerful. Your silence may feel holy, but it is your speech that brings heaven to earth. The angels respond not to your anxiety, but to your affirmation. The law is not moved by tears, but by truth, and truth is bold. Truth is fearless. Truth is spoken. You must now decide, will you continue to speak as the beggar at the gate, or will you speak as the heir to the kingdom? For Jesus said, "Whosoever shall say unto this mountain, Be thou removed, and shall not doubt in his heart, he shall have whatsoever he saith." Mark 11:23. Not whatsoever he hopeth, not whatsoever he dreameth, but whatsoever he saith. This is divine law, immutable, unbreakable, available. You must rise and say, I am rich in soul, rich in vision, rich in supply. I walk with infinite intelligence. Money follows me, honors me, obeys me. I do not chase, I attract. I do not worry. I walk in wisdom. All things are drawn unto me by divine right, and none can keep from me what God has ordained. The words of Ella Wheeler Wilcox still echo through time. Talk happiness. The world is sad enough without your woe. And I add, talk power, talk wealth, talk miracles, talk breakthrough. Speak it when you don't see it. Speak it when you don't feel it. Speak it when others mock you. Speak it until the earth gives way to heaven. And what of timing, you ask? The billionaire does not fear delay. He knows the vision is for an appointed time, Habakkuk 2:3, but he also knows, delay is never denial when the word is working, so he holds the word like a sword in the dark. He walks by decree, not by data. You must not panic at the silence, for all great manifestations are born in the womb of patience. Do not look for signs, be the sign. Do not wait for confirmation, be the confirmation. Speak the word, and the word shall speak for you. There is power in rhythm. Speak daily. Speak deliberately. Speak when your hands are empty and your soul is full. Speak not because it is easy, but because it is eternal. Say, I no longer speak as a victim of circumstances. I am a creator of conditions. My tongue writes the laws of my life. I decree success, and success appears. I declare overflow, and overflow finds me. I speak health, and health flows in. I speak joy, and joy surrounds me. This is no poetry. It is prophecy. It is what Gurdjieff knew, what Orison Swett Marden proclaimed, what Annie Ricks Millets whispered to her disciples. You are speaking into a field of infinite responsiveness. Speak it with confidence. Speak it with reverence. Speak it without apology. The time for small talk is over. The time for sacred speech is now. And when you walk into a room, let your vibration arrive before your footsteps. Let your word go before you, as the Ark of the Covenant once went before the armies of Israel. Let your word part the Red Sea. Let your word tear down Jericho's walls. Let your word call forth Lazarus from the tomb. For the word that formed the cosmos dwells now in you, and it is waiting to be released. Do not chase those who have used it. Become one who uses it. And when others ask the secret of your success, say not, it was hard work. Say instead, it was holy work. It was the word. For you will know, as I know, that it is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. Zechariah 4:6. And what is that spirit? It is the word made flesh. You are no longer a student. You are now the speaker. And the world awaits the sound of your decree. If this sacred truth has awakened you, then do not pass by in silence. Like this video, subscribe to this channel of divine revelation, and send this light to those still living in shadows. Let us build a world not by chasing, but by commanding. For the word is near you, even in your mouth, and it is this word that shall make you rich in all things. The one who learns to govern his tongue becomes a governor of life, for it is written, Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Proverbs 21:23. I tell you plainly, there are no idle words in the kingdom. Every word you utter carries a vibration, and every vibration is a signal, a seed, a summons. You are either sending angels on assignment or releasing confusion into your atmosphere. The billionaires of old, Carnegie, Hill, Martin, understood that the mind must be disciplined, but it is the mouth that must be sanctified. What good is vision if your voice speaks against it? What good is desire if your declarations deny it? Speak not of what you fear, speak only of what you know by faith. The world may call it arrogance, but the heavens call it agreement. Agreement with divine law. Agreement with the kingdom. Agreement with your divine identity. Do not wait for signs. Become the sign. Do not study the patterns of the rich. Become the pattern. Speak with the cadence of kings. Walk with the rhythm of rulers. For you are not learning to chase wealth. You are remembering how to speak as one who owns the field. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. Psalm 24:1. If it belongs to the Lord, and you are heir to the kingdom, then why do you speak as if you are a stranger in your own inheritance? Lift up your head, straighten your back, let your mouth no longer murmur, but declare. Say, I am a child of the Most High. My words carry the same creative force that formed the stars. I no longer imitate, I initiate. I no longer chase, I call forth. There is a voice that births worlds. It is not the voice of hustle. It is not the voice of desperation. It is the voice of divine knowing. It is the voice that said, let there be light. And there was. That voice has not died. It now lives in you. Every time you say, I am, you invoke God. Every time you say, it is done, you echo creation. And I say unto you, when your speech aligns with spirit, your surroundings bow in obedience. Say not, it's hard. Say, it is happening. Say not, I'm struggling. Say, I'm strengthening. For your life moves in the direction of your loudest declarations. Remember the story of Walt Disney. Before the castle was built, before the land was cleared, he walked the soil and said, here will rise my dream. And those who heard him mocked. But he was not speaking to them. He was speaking to the substance. He was speaking to the invisible, and the invisible, ever obedient, formed itself around his word. You must learn to speak beyond the visible, for the visible is nothing more than old news. Every billionaire I've studied became such, not by chasing, but by seeing, believing and speaking what no one else could see. They spoke in code, not corporate code, but cosmic law, and the universe bowed in return. The man who speaks from fear sends his wealth away. The man who speaks from frustration locks his blessings outside the door, but the one who speaks from faith opens the gates wide. Declare now. I am no longer afraid to speak in power. I do not shrink. I do not whisper. I do not doubt. I do not delay. My word is pure, potent, prophetic. My word draws the resources of the cosmos. My word commands my future. And when resistance arises, as it shall, speak still. For the enemy does not fear your effort. The enemy fears your utterance. When you speak in alignment with your divine blueprint, even mountains must move. The Red Sea parts not for the silent, but for the one who lifts his staff and speaks the word. Do not shrink from contradiction. Contradiction is merely the echo of your past. Speak louder than the lie. Speak longer than the delay. For the law does not fail, it fulfills. I say again, do not chase men. Do not chase systems. Speak, and the systems will bend. Speak, and the men will follow. Speak, and what is yours will find its way back to you, as surely as rivers return to the sea. The voice of the wealthy is never reactive, it is proactive. It declares the end from the beginning. It speaks what must be, even when all signs say otherwise. God calleth those things which be not as though they were. Romans 4:17. If he does it, and you are made in his image, then why do you speak only of what is? You must rise to the place of prophetic speech. Not religious repetition, but radiant declaration. Say, I am increasing daily. I am magnetizing miracles. I am walking in favor. I am a speaking spirit, commanding my realm. You are not waiting on heaven. Heaven is waiting on your word. Do not delay. Speak with urgency. Speak with reverence. Speak with dominion. The clock of manifestus. Tian begins the moment your word aligns with your faith. There is no virtue in silence when your soul is crying for expression. Let your inner prophet rise. Let your spirit shout. Let your words become arrows of fire. The wealth you seek already exists. The door you need is already built. The opportunities are not missing. They are waiting for recognition through speech. And if the words you have been speaking are producing little, then change the words. Speak like the healed. Speak like the chosen. Speak like one who walks with the King of Kings. You are not broken, you are building, you are not stuck, you are standing in the place of decision, and that decision must be made with your lips. Choose now, life or death, increase or delay, kingdom or confusion, and seal it with your voice. Say, I choose life, I choose light, I choose wealth, I choose overflow, I choose divine right action, I choose to speak as one who cannot fail, and so it shall be. If this word has touched you, then let your faith not be silent. Subscribe to this channel of divine revelation, like this video, and let the light rise in others. For we are not here to chase billionaires, we are here to speak like them, and become more than they ever dreamed. For the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous, and the righteous do not wait, they declare. You do not rise by imitation, you rise by revelation, and the greatest revelation of all is this: you were never meant to chase, you were born to command. The lion does not chase the wind, the eagle does not chase the sky, and the divine man does not chase the approval, applause, or fortune of the world. He speaks, and the world answers. The Lord your God has placed his breath in you, and with it, the authority to shape substance. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. Psalm 33:6. If such power made galaxies, why would you not use that same power to transform your finances? You have been taught to strive, you have been trained to stress. But I come now as a voice of remembering. Your birthright is ease, not idleness, but alignment. For when you speak from the Spirit, all things flow, not because you forced it, but because you finally allowed it. Stop asking, how will it happen? That is not your question. The word is your task. The how belongs to heaven. Speak the end from the beginning. Declare the unseen as if it were seen. Call it done before it arrives, and it will arrive because you called. Do you remember the words of Jesus? Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, lift up your eyes, and look, for they are white already to harvest. John 4:35. The harvest is not later. The harvest is already, but the harvest responds not to need, it responds to the word. You may have studied books, you may have filled your journal, you may have fasted, prayed, cried out, but I tell you this, until your tongue is transformed, your life will remain a reflection of contradiction. You must now speak as a being of command, not chaos. Say, I no longer speak as one waiting for permission, I speak as one backed by power, I speak as one funded by heaven. I speak as one trusted with the mysteries of divine supply. And when your mind protests, when logic screams impossible, you speak louder still. For logic is not your Lord, the law is your Lord. I have said before, and I say it again, nothing stands between man and the fulfillment of his highest ideal but doubt and fear. And I now add, and the words that empower them. Do not give voice to limitation. Do not give energy to complaint. Every time you say, I can't, a gate closes. Every time you say, I'm not sure, the river pauses. But every time you say, it is mine by divine right, the gates of heaven open wide. Say, I am aligned with increase. My speech is sacred. My breath is blessed. My words are wands, crafting a reality of wealth, peace, and creative power. You do not speak for the world to hear. You speak for the law to move. Whether in silence or in public, in private prayer or public declaration, your word is your world. And what of the billionaires? They are not your idol, they are your mirror. The world told you to chase them, but the Spirit now says, match their speech, match their certainty, match their frequency, not through effort, but through utterance. They built not from desperation, but from decision, and decision begins with the word. Napoleon Hill once wrote, there is one quality which one must possess to win, definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. And I add, the discipline to speak of it, as if it were already yours. Desire without word is daydream, vision without voice is vapor, but the moment you speak your desire into the open heavens, it begins its descent. Do not speak vaguely, speak vividly, speak richly, speak specifically. Speak like a child who knows their father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Psalm 50:10. You do not ask for scraps. You are not a servant, you are a speaker. Declare, I am no longer scattered in speech, I do not contradict my own harvest. I speak boldly, consistently, daily. I water my word with faith, and reap in due season without fainting. The rich of this world may build with metal and mortar, but you build with metaphysical might. You build with the invisible hand. You build with the voice of heaven. You build with what cannot be touched, yet touches everything. When G.I. Gurdjieff taught his disciples, he did not teach them to worship systems. He taught them to master energy. And what is speech, if not directed energy? Direct it toward what you desire, not what you dread. Speak not of the stock market, speak not of the politics, speak not of recession, speak instead of your spiritual possession. Say, show, the economy may shake, but I stand on solid ground. I am planted in the law of increase. I am shielded by divine wisdom. I am funded by infinite source. I do not fear famine, for I feast in the wilderness. You must become untouchable, not by pride, but by prophecy, not by arrogance, but by alignment. Speak with spiritual memory. You have been rich before. You have ruled before. You have spoken empires into existence before. The voice within you is not new, it is eternal. And now it rises again. When others panic, you proclaim. When others hoard, you harvest. When others run, you remain. Because you speak not of what is, you speak of what shall be. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. And we speak by word, not by worry. Speak now. I command overflow. I command clarity. I command opportunities of divine design. I am surrounded by the supply of heaven. I attract what belongs to me. I speak it. I see it. I walk in it. You do not need another miracle. You need another word, and the word is already in your mouth. Release it. Return to it. Repeat it. For the law never tires. The law never fails. The law never forgets. The law simply waits for the word. If your spirit has burned with truth, let your action follow your agreement. Subscribe now to this divine channel. Like this message of power. Share it with those who have forgotten their voice. For we are no longer a generation of chasers. We are speakers, creators, and heirs of the kingdom. And the kingdom does not come by observation, it comes by declaration. There comes a time when the word is no longer theory, it becomes thunder. No longer whispered behind closed doors, no longer hidden in journals, no longer doubted in secret. It rises through your bones like resurrection. It walks ahead of you, a pillar of fire. It becomes your breath, your staff, your crown. This is that time. You, who have spoken in shadows, speak now in light. You who have waited for signs, become the sign. You who have watched the rich rise, rise yourself and become the speaker they fear. You do not chase what is already yours. You do not beg for what heaven has decreed. You do not strive for what has been waiting on your word. It is written, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. But I tell you, the true asking is in the decree. The true seeking is in alignment. The true knocking is the word spoken with unwavering faith. You are not knocking on man's door. You are knocking on the vaults of heaven. And the key is your voice. You are not asking permission. You are invoking provision. You are not seeking approval. You are returning to your spiritual inheritance. Say, I am the voice of my destiny. I am the speaker of sacred substance. My words are not empty. They are encoded with power. I declare wealth, and wealth appears. I declare freedom, and chains fall. I declare light, and shadows flee. There is a realm where the rich cannot buy what the faithful create. That realm is your birthplace. Billionaires may build businesses, but the word builds worlds. They may stack gold, but you summon glory. They may have advisors, but you have access to infinite intelligence. The voice that spoke galaxies into being whispers to you now. Say the word, and it is done. Do you not remember? The Roman centurion said to Jesus, speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. Matthew chapter 8:8. And Jesus marveled at such faith. Do you think he marvels now when you say, I hope someday? No, heaven does not respond to hesitation. Heaven responds to command. You must learn to say, be healed, be paid, be raised, be opened, be multiplied, be now. This is not ego. This is not fantasy. This is authority. For Jesus said, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. John 14:12. And I say, the greater works begin with greater works. You are not a copy of someone else's life. You are the original expression of God's word on earth. You were sent not to observe but to utter, to activate, to announce. Say, I am wealth walking, I am health revealed, I am divine blueprint made visible. I do not chase men, I magnetize miracles. I do not speak for show, I speak for shift. Your voice is no longer weak, it is weaponized. When David faced Goliath, he did not just swing a stone, he spoke his victory before the fight. He said, "This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, that all the earth may know there is a God in Israel." 1 Samuel 17:46. And the giant fell. You must speak to your giants, speak to the debt, speak to the illness, speak to the delay, speak to the doubt. Do not describe it, destroy it with the word. Do not repeat statistics, repeat scripture. Do not echo limitation, echo prophecy. For you are not merely surviving, you are sovereign. The wealthy may have plans, but you have prophecy. You have word, you have law, you have keys to doors they cannot unlock. Because you did not get your power from the world, you got it from the word. And the word is eternal, irrefutable, irresistible. It is sharper than any sword, more precise than any algorithm, more faithful than any fortune. Say now, I am no longer afraid to speak boldly. I am no longer waiting for results. I am the result. I do not compete. I command. I do not wish. I walk. I do not chase. I choose. What you decree today determines your domain tomorrow. If your words are weak, your world will wobble. If your words are sacred, your world will stabilize. And when the world shakes again, and it shall, those who have built on effort will tremble. But those who built by word shall stand, unshaken. Because they did not build with bricks. They built with the blueprint of the Spirit. Remember this eternal truth. Nothing is too good to be true when your word is true. Nothing is out of reach when your speech aligns with heaven. Nothing is delayed when your decree overrides doubt. You are not the tail, you are the head. You are not the beggar, you are the builder. You are not the follower, you are the voice. Let them chase paper, you speak power. Let them chase trends, you speak truth. Let them chase influence, you speak impact. And I tell you again, when your word becomes law, the world will obey your voice. So speak now, not tomorrow, not when it feels better, now. Say, I am the rich of the earth. I am the blessed of heaven. I am the speaker of new worlds. I am not waiting for permission. I am not apologizing for greatness. I am not hiding my light. I am radiant, and I am ready. This is the hour. This is the word. This is the awakening. You will not chase billionaires. You will become the voice they cannot ignore. If this word has ignited your spirit, if you feel the flame and not just the flicker, then do not let it pass like a breeze. Like this video, subscribe to this sacred channel, share this truth with those still bound in fear, for we are not here to speak quietly, we are here to reign loudly, and the wealth of the kingdom is waiting on your word.